Take a guess what my birth certificate. Take a guess what my birth certificate says.
You're a transgender woman, so you were born a male?
I'm legally female.
You just made that legal? Like you changed and do what I'm asking?
I made that legal, yes. So if you pull me out of the restroom and I pull my government documentation out, guess what? All you did was assault me.
No, I didn't. I never said I would assault someone. I said...
You literally said you would probably follow me in and drag me out.
When? No, never said that ever. Did I say that, Moses,
yeah.
Mr. Joe? I said I'd drag her out? When did I say that?
You said I was crazy, and you said you would go in there and drag them out. That's literally what you said.
Oh, no. Okay, if I said I'd never... Nemo, did I say that?
I can't remember, but I do remember the going in there. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I said I'd go in there to protect my daughter. I never said drag anybody out.
Okay.
If a biological man goes in to the women's bathroom,
no such thing as a biological man for the ninth time.
With my 5-year-old daughter, of course, I'm gonna feel the urge to protect her. So
protect
her from what?
So then you would. Okay.
From a grown man in the women's bathroom with my daughter?
I'm not a man.
You know what's crazy about this, Jones?
What's that?
Is that the way I grew up, when you go in the restroom, we don't make eye contact. We don't.
Sure don't.
We don't acknowledge, like maybe when you're washing your hands, you do a head nod. But like when I'm, doing my business, you're not looking at me like, you're not supposed to be looking at all these people that are doing their stuff.
Right.
I really don't do that.
I literally just go into the stall, do my business, wash my hands, and leave.
Well, that's you. You're a good person. Not everybody's like you.
Okay, how many trans people have harmed girls in bathrooms in the United States?
I don't really do my research on trans people, so I wouldn't know.
Oh.
Malik, maybe normalize not having an opinion on something if you're not educated on it.
I am. It's in the Bible that God created male and female, so that's all the
no, it's not, because those weren't even words then.
I've looked into
Say it again.
I want to protect my kids, and so, I'm not so worried about the restroom. That's why I keep them out of church. Because statistically, that's where they're more likely to get assaulted.
Right.
Yeah, churches are corrupt now, so I don't blame you.
Literally, trans individuals are far more likely to be the ones harmed in a bathroom than do any harming.
Which is it's facts, but at the same time, my opinion is not.
At the same time, what? Why are you worried about something that's not happening?
No, that's happened before.
When? Name a time.
I've seen a video on it. You look it up.
Okay.
You can look it up.
You've seen a YouTube. All right.
You can look it up.
No, I'm not going to look that up.
Okay.
Because I already know the statistics.
I do want to sow this Jesus slander that you're doing up here, Malik. Is Jesus in error when he quotes the Talmud?
Jesus is never in error, bro.
Okay, good.
Stop asking these stupid questions.
No, stop. Listen, you're slandering Jesus. So when Jesus in Matthew 19 literally quotes the Talmud and makes it authoritative, then you're okay with Jesus saying that there are multiple genders, yes?
Where does Jesus say there are multiple genders? Yeah, can you?
Sure. In Matthew 19, Jesus gets asked about divorce. When he says that the reason that a divorce was allowed in the past was because people were hard-hearted, right? And if anybody divorces his wife except for sexual immorality and marries somebody else, they're committing adultery. The disciples say to him, if that's the case, it's better not to marry. So first off, they're not saying they're going to be like celibate. They're saying, well, in that case, I better not take a wife and I should just have my sex outside of marriage. But outside of that, the reply that Jesus gives to them is 3 types of eunuchs. It's Matthew 19:12. There are eunuchs who have been so from birth. There are eunuchs who have been made eunuchs by others. And there are eunuchs who have made themselves eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. Those 3 types of eunuchs are literally quoting from
encompassing all the genders.
From a part of the Talmud called Yevamot 79b. I don't study. I'm just pulling this out of the air, right? In Isaiah 56, right? God says, let no eunuch call themselves a dry tree. And he says he's going to give them a name greater than sons and daughters. So he's even putting these people on a pedestal higher than you or me. So my question to you is, do you just disagree with Jesus?
No, if you want to think that Jesus says there's 3 genders, that's still less than 8. What Mr. Jones said.
But it's more than 2. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's saying there's 3. I'm saying he's quoting the Talmud. The Talmud says there's 8. So
if we hold on, Jeff. Hold on, Jeff. Let me just do this really quickly. So there's man, right? That's 1. There's woman. That's 2, right? Then there's eunuchs that were born that way, and then there's eunuchs that were made that way. You know what I'm saying, by human intervention, right? Which covers 2 of those, right? And then there's eunuchs that made themselves that way. That covers the other 2.
Yeah, those just sound made up, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, Jones, I'm gonna drop down here, but I just thought it would be kind of fun that a transgender woman comes up here, and all of a sudden he's not quite as brave.
Yeah, he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand how math works.
What do I need to be brave for? She's not scaring me. Like, wait, I'm confused.
I can tell your fear. I can tell your fear by the tempo of your speech.
All right.
So, Malik, did you say it's
shaking
sound made up?
Bro doesn't know how math works. So the Bible's made up now is what he just told us.
Nemo, what'd you say?
Yeah,
The Bible's made up.
But you said that those just sound made up. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So gender is a social construct. Is that what you're saying?
I believe gender is male and female, like God said. So
God didn't say that.
God said the opposite of that.
So Jesus is not God.
I guess not.
Jesus is the Son of God, but I mean they're all in one. If you want to,
Okay, so when Jesus said that there are more than 2, you just disagree. That's okay. I mean, if you disagree, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Again, if you guys want to believe in more than 2 genders, but
I'm not talking
If we
about
want
me.
to believe in what Jesus said,
Look. I'm going to say this. I'm going to make this very clear to you. I'm going to level with you. I think it's a fairy tale book, but you do not. So I'm presenting it to you as you're not arguing with me anymore. I'm presenting it to you as now you're arguing with Jesus.
No. Can I ask you one thing?
Ask me whatever you want.
Why do you keep trying to act like Jesus and God and the Bible makes mistakes when really it's just you trying to change?
I did not say they make. Look, I'm not saying they make mistakes. You are.
Wait, Jeff, can I try something?
How am I rejecting Jesus?
Because Jesus said there's more than 2 genders, and you keep saying, nuh-uh. You're not arguing with me. You're arguing with Jesus. It's okay.
No,
Yeshua understands what you mean.
I'm sorry for reading Genesis and listening to Jesus say, God created male and female. I'm
that
sorry.
wasn't Jesus in Genesis.
Hold on. When it said God created male and female, did he stop there?
Yeah, there's a period after that. So yeah.
Did he stop there? He didn't create anything else. Be careful.
God created everything. So obviously, no, he didn't create just male and female.
Can I try something real quick?
Fire away.
Malik, do you think God made mistakes?
Oh no.
Do you think every person's created in God's image?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, great. So you're arguing that it's weird because you're arguing that there's only 2 genders, but you just agreed that God doesn't make mistakes, which would mean that these people who are transgender are in fact.
Well, that's like I mean again, I'm not against transgenders, but that's like saying somebody
Don't say
doesn't
transgender people.
free will is not in God. I mean,
Free will is not a thing in the Christian Bible.
Transgender people. I'm not going to correct you again.
Free will is not a thing in the Christian Bible.
Sure isn't.
I don't even know what you're tripping about. I never even
You
said
said,
that.
Yeah, you put an S at the end of the word. It's transgender people.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But
Say it with me. Transgender people. I'm waiting.
By not doing it, you're just going to allow it.
I was
Say
answering
it with me. Transgender people. Yeah, you're not doing shit until you fucking say what I told you.
All right, so are you gonna kick me?
Well, now that that's over, we're still in first place in this. We're still in first place. Let's get the
He
last.
crashed out, y'all.
Let's get the last 18
Hey, look,
subs.
if you think I'm a bully, you don't have to stay here. You can go too. Bye.
Let's get the last 18 subs. Every dollar is 1,000 points. So let's get the win, guys. Let's bring it home, as they would say.
I'm floored right now, and this is I want you to win this, so definitely do all that stuff that baby Jesus said. I'm just floored at how brazenly people who are devout Christians and come up on
Thank you, Tara.
just go in Jesus' face and just go, nah, you wrong, son. I don't get it. I really don't. When I was a Christian, and mind you, I was a teenager, but like when I was a Christian, I would have never gone up to like anything that Jesus said and been like, you wrong, kid. That's crazy work to me.
Megan, thank you so much for the subscription. Hey guys, listen, if you are not a Trump supporter, please do not send in a request. If you are not a Trump supporter, please do not send in a request. Hey guys, if you want to support the channel, the best ways that you could do that are through my pay links, all of which can be found in my link tree in my bio. There's Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and a tip jar that allows you to pay in any manner you so choose. Trump on top. Is he on top of you? Like, how's that work? That's got to be sweaty and smelly as shit. Does he smell like Cheetos?
Honestly,
What does he smell like? Like does he smell like a Does he smell like the what's that joint? The McRib? Does he smell like a McRib? No McRib?
I've never smelled McRib, to be honest.
You know that there's probably some like Dracar Noirs, like some
God.
like the 80s
Stetson.
or some shit.
I wonder what he smells like. That's a good question, actually.
Fucking Cheeto dust. Salami and onions is wild.
You know, he smells like a diaper. Diapers smell good, actually. Don't worry about that.
That's fucking disgusting. Thank you, Schematic, for the subscription. I appreciate you. Subway! Thank you, Charles.
You must be making a lot of money off these things. Jeez.
So what's up, buddy?
I don't know. What's up? I just want to be part of the... what will the cult do when the leader is gone? I think that's a good question. I guess the DNC will just replace it with the next person.
Okay, let's look up the definition of cult really quickly. A cult is defined as a misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person.
Oh, dang.
Can you tell me that particular person in the Democratic Party?
Cult, I think it would be Nancy Pelosi with Barack Obama. Those are the two leaders.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody has like really like. There's tons of people on the left that have a lot of criticism for both of them.
Nancy and Obama.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
I mean,
I've
I'm
seen
not
the videos,
a Democrat,
Wait,
but
I think Nancy's a little more crazy. I mean, I don't know. Some people, I have friends that hated on Obama. I mean, I was still a little child, but I didn't think he was that crazy.
Well, I mean, he never closed Guantanamo. You know what I'm saying? He dropped so many bombs in the Swana region.
Reporter and
that I just didn't agree with. The drone strikes, I didn't agree with. Bailing out the banks, I didn't agree with him bailing out the banks. I think that he should have let them fucking
but those
fail.
banks, they own America.
If he should have let them
that's
fail.
another issue.
He should have let them fail. Fuck them. But that's just my opinion. So there's a lot of shit that he did. So that I wouldn't consider that being cultish behavior. I've seen a lot of people that are on the left, that criticize You know,
I mean,
the
I think
politicians.
the reason
I've driven
people
around
can
a lot
consider
of towns. I've driven around a lot of towns and a lot.
I
of
ain't never
states.
seen all the flags and the T-shirts and the gold statue at the fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, these things are not the same. And the fact that you would do that just shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just shows us that you are, in fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, engaged in cultish behavior, because it never even was a thought in your mind that this is kind of weird. Like, we all buy the same shirt and we have the same hat and the same bumper sticker and the same fucking keychain, the same NFT and the same tennis shoes. And I mean, and we've all bought the Bible and we've all sent money to stop the steal, even though there was no proof. And, we keep giving him our money and giving him our money and giving him our money. But for some reason, he can't pay for these venues that he's staying at. And he can't afford to pay his legal bills, and he can't afford to pay the lawyers that, represent him. But we're just going to keep sending him our money. And then you all line up, in metal gates and are shuffled in like cattle into a place where they normally have auctions or rodeos. I mean, it's kind of weird. Go ahead, Nemo.
Yeah, well, I was going to add, I think it was last year or the year before, there was one dude who literally made a gold statue of Trump, and I mean, I feel like a lot of people got in a whole lot of trouble whenever somebody made a gold statue of a cow one time, and I just feel like the
Old
irony
Testament.
lost on them.
Yeah, they put him in pictures with, like Jesus draped over his shoulders. They put him in pictures like where he's sitting in the middle of the table at the Last Supper. Like, I mean, that I've never seen any
The thing about Trump,
member of the Democratic Party that has been treated in that manner. Like, literally never.
You can
the thing
actually
about
see
Trump is,
evidence.
I feel like he's.
No, everybody. Hey, Jeff, this is my favorite, bro. Hold on, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna let you go. I promise you. This is my favorite, though. This is my favorite.
I think I know where
when
you're
all
going.
these fucking asshats was walking around like this.
Yep. Hey, you can see, Jones, you can see evidence of it on this very panel. Like, do you have a politician's name in your
Fuck no.
I got
no
my
way.
name. Look, under me, that's a satirical name, Baby Jesus, or actually it may actually be the real Baby Jesus. I don't know. Nemo, that's just you, right? That's not a politician.
Oh, no, this is Latin for no one. At best, it's a Jules Verne reference, but yeah.
So you had 4 chances on the left to get a politician that we're idolizing, and wait, we're 1 for 1. What's that? What's those 5 characters at the beginning of your name, sir? That's weird. So, yeah, what's about that?
Okay, so what I wanted to say is, I feel like Trump was a one in a lifetime. I mean, I guess for some people, he was a one in a lifetime president that you don't really find. And I guess that's why they're so passionate about him. I mean, it's good to be passionate about a president sometimes. I know some people take 1 second. I'm waiting for you guys to talk.
Hold on, Fred. What do you mean by once in a lifetime?
I mean, for some people, they haven't. He's not really a politician. He's also a businessman that speaks his mind. That's.
He was a terrible business person and even worse politician.
He made billions of dollars.
No,
There's
he
buildings of his name all everywhere.
Yeah, no, he didn't make billions of dollars. He's never had
he
that
didn't make,
liquid
but
assets.
he has a
and
net
he
worth
lied.
of billions of dollars
Not
in
even his
assets.
net worth. He lied about the value of his assets.
He lied about his value. But that's a business strategy. We got to understand that. I know
So
what
he's
you're
never
talking about
actually
back in
been
the
a billionaire,
2000s.
bro.
He does now. He's making profit. Also, when
By
you guys
stealing
have
money from donations? But how? Making profit doing what? Selling you guys NFTs and golden shoes and Bibles?
No, that's his supporters. I mean, his supporters could be crazy. I mean, I'm not that crazy. I want to vote for Trump because I want no wars. And I mean, I want to be able to afford a mortgage or buy interest rates, whatever.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Hold on. So
also, you guys-
we're going to address those 2 points. I don't like, 17,000 different directions at the same time. So when we're talking about wars, quite literally, Donald Trump dropped a record amount of bombs on Yemen and Syria. A record, more than Obama, more than fucking Bush. And then, right, he allowed Russia to invade the Donbass region of Ukraine and bomb a Ukrainian ship in the Azores and did absolutely jack shit about it. He just let it happen. You know what I'm saying? And then they had to force him, like literally force him, to put sanctions on Russia, and he levied 50 sanctions, where Obama had over 300, which Trump got rid of. And then when Biden got in office, he levied 500 sanctions against Russia. He moved the embassy to Jerusalem on the anniversary of the Nakba, making things worse, between the Palestinians and Israel. Bro was terrible. And the Afghanistan war was still going on, and he didn't negotiate the withdrawal with the Afghani government. He negotiated with the terrorists, and he let the Taliban people out of jail, right, out of prison. And then when we went to go do with the withdrawal, the same people he let out unalived American citizens. He also lost more American troops during his presidency than Biden, about almost four times more. So tell me about no wars. Y'all just live in the land of the Lulu.
But then also, how do you guys, whenever the DNC nominates a person, you guys follow that person like a cult also?
Wait, so you just...
she wasn't a voted person also. We got to understand that.
Yeah, she was actually.
She wasn't voted.
Yeah, I'm mad that you pivoted off. You're not gonna say anything about what I just said. You're gonna pivot, because then I'll destroy that point too.
Oh my gosh.
So go ahead. What did you have to say about this thing where there was no wars, when there was actually in fact a bunch of wars?
There's always issues around the world, and
okay. So when he could have stopped the invasion into Ukraine and he did nothing. Oh well, there's all shit going on.
He held that from happening till the end of his presidency.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Because he withheld money from Ukraine. He withheld money from Ukraine because he wanted information, and that's why he was impeached the second time.
That's also
that's why he was impeached the second time.
Why wouldn't he give money to random countries?
It wasn't money; it was weapons.
Or weapons.
That's the point, man. So you say that that Russia didn't do it whenever he was president. Then why were we sending weapons to Ukraine? Congressionally,
while he was president,
weapons we congressionally approved. We were sending them to Ukraine. Why?
I might be misinformed, but I thought this happened during Biden's administration.
No.
Yeah. So the history on it's pretty straightforward. So in 2014, which I know Obama was president. Red line, blah blah blah. Obama week, whatever. I don't give a fuck. 2014, Russia annexes Crimea illegally, right? And then the fighting starts in the Donbass. Donbass is the eastern part of Ukraine. That continues from 2014 throughout all the Trump administration, and then Russia starts amassing troops on the Ukrainian border and pushes into Ukraine in 2022, into the rest of Ukraine in 2022. Fails miserably because they were trying to take the capital. They were trying to take Kyiv, right? They failed miserably, and here we are.
Don't forget, they also go on to bomb Ukrainian ships.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right, yeah. Ukraine hardly has a navy. It's really just kind of like a collection of fancy boats, really. I think our Coast Guard is probably bigger than Ukraine's whole navy. But they managed to sink multiple Russian flagships. Well, multiple Russian ships, and definitely at least one Russian flagship for the Black Sea Fleet. The premier ship of that fleet, they sank it. A country of farmers with hardly a navy to speak of took down the flagship of what was supposed to be the second most powerful military on the planet. Yeah, the Moskva. That's right.
Dang, dude, these comments.
Don't read the comments, bro. We're here. We're talking here. Hey, yo, it's gonna be a strange week, bro.
Did someone put that up? What the heck?
Oh shit!
Yeah, someone would probably use a projector. Dang, that'd be crazy.
No, that's
It's
the
gonna be a
actual
weird-
building.
It's not as
gonna be a
big
weird
building,
week.
but there's projectors that people can use.
It's gonna be a weird
No,
week.
that's the actual Project 2025 headquarters building
In Chicago.
with Trump's name
I
plastered.
highly doubt it'd be in the center of Democrats. Yeah, I think California is more Democratic than Chicago.
Wait, do you even know what Project
No, what are you
2025 is?
talking about?
Are you trying to imply that Project 2025 was created by the Democrats?
No, I'm just saying, why would Trump? I mean, if Project 25 was Trump's endorsement, why would he put it inside a Democrat-controlled city? I mean, why would he put his headquarters there? That makes no sense.
It's a big city, dude.
Buddy,
Yeah, but
that's
it's
not
Democratic controlled.
headquarters.
It's literally, you can't change that state from being blue.
I mean, you do know that Donald
No,
Trump has buildings in a lot of major cities, right?
No, so the
Yeah, but
Democrats
those have
did,
been
the
there
Democrats
ever
did
since.
project that image onto the Chicago, to that building in Chicago. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's funny as well. I mean, it's a Democrat-controlled city. I mean, I remember when Trump actually went there a couple of weeks ago, and the mayor was like, "You shouldn't have come." I think it was like the CNBC or whatever it was.
Yeah, most of the places that he's gone, he shouldn't go.
Yeah, I mean, he runs into the line then sometimes. You know, he makes.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
you
you,
can't run away
realize
from a
he
fight,
hasn't
but then the
increased-
media is going.
You realize he hasn't increased his base almost at all since 2016, and a lot of the people that were his base, the boomers, over 21 million of them have died. Roe v. Wade was overturned. You know, the Chevron decision. January 6th happened.
What's Chevron?
Most of Gen Z is able to vote now. Like Gen Z voters are fucking registering to vote at record numbers. I'm talking about like astounding numbers, and they are 68% in support of Kamala Harris. Like, bro, it's a wrap. It's a
No,
wrap.
I'm sure this election is going to be really interesting. I mean,
I don't think so. I don't even think it's gonna be close. Like, bro's spiraling.
I think the other way around,
Both
too.
of them are flailing. Like, look who he picked as his vice president, bro.
Yeah, I have no idea who that guy is.
And you,
I mean, but also
and
vice presidents
to
don't
be
have
honest
much
with you,
influence
like
in
literally,
anything.
you have Trump on top, and you don't even really know anything about him. Can you name a single policy he passed that helped all American citizens?
Tax cuts.
Yeah, they didn't. It's terrible for American citizens, especially the middle class.
I mean, it is beneficial, but also when you get
Not
taxed
at
too
all.
much, Democrats like to tax people.
No,
and they
no,
spend that
it
money
wasn't
on-
beneficial at all. The Center for Tax Policy literally did a study on this, and it's eroding the middle class and the poor.
Tax cuts, it's money back in your pocket.
No,
Like,
it's not, because
I work
okay,
in
here's
construction.
and I'm going to show you again. So if you make $2,000 extra on your paycheck throughout the year, right?
Mhm.
And you're normally used to getting $8,000 to $10,000 back on your tax returns, but because he got rid of most of the minimized deductions and he raised the standard deduction, but he lowered the amount payable back to the taxpayer. So now you only get $4,000 back on your taxes, as opposed to 8 to 10 that you used to get back. Now you've gotten $2,000 more in your paycheck and $4,000 tax return. How much does that equate to?
I got lost, honestly.
What's 4 plus 2, bro?
6.
6. Now you got $6,000 back when you're normally used to getting 8 to 10. Did you get a tax cut?
I don't get tax. I'm in construction, and you don't really get tax cuts.
Wait, Trump, since we're under a Democratic president now,
Yeah, most people who have never owed taxes before have owed taxes under Trump's tax
What do
bill.
you mean, owe taxes? I mean,
Owed taxes.
people get pulled their taxes out of their paycheck, no?
When you file your tax returns, my friend.
Yeah, and then you get money back from that taxes.
No, they've owed taxes.
And, I mean, I got tax returned last
Hey guys,
year
raise
because
your
I worked
hand
for-
in the chat if you owe taxes the last 2 or 3 years.
no, Trump, listen, under crooked Joe Biden, wouldn't you agree that our taxes are higher?
I don't know how much percentage. I just know they take 40% of my paycheck.
So you
Well,
would
when I
agree
used to work for a corporate.
You would agree that our taxes are higher.
Do you see all these people raising their hands?
Yes, my taxes are a bit higher. Yeah,
Okay.
I think they're just high itself. 40% is a lot to take out of a paycheck.
You know whose tax plan you're under?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with this one. You're talking
Whose
about
tax plan are you under?
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Whose tax plan are you under, buddy?
Yeah, I know.
Damn you, Ricky Bobby.
That
You did the
was-
shake and bake on him.
I'm not understanding, like, when you say, oh my gosh, and I can't, are you saying that there's some error in the questions, or are you just coming to terms with the fact that, the facts are the facts and there's no rebuttal to them?
Yeah, facts are the facts. Can't rebuttal.
So,
But then I'll also still vote for Trump.
so you're gonna vote to your own detriment based on
I guess
what?
so.
So the war thing, wrong on that.
Okay, yeah.
Now the tax thing, wrong on that.
Yeah.
So you don't care. So what is the deal breaker for you?
I don't know. That's a great question.
What about him going into the dressing room of 15 to 19-year-old girls while they didn't have any clothes on, and then bragging about to inspect them, and then bragging about it on a syndicated radio show? Is that a deal
Heard
breaker?
that one.
Okay, here, let's play it for him.
Oh. I've also got.
Chat, also, don't call me a cult. I don't understand, bro. I'm literally trying to reason with you guys.
That's most people that are in a cult don't realize it. That's the thing about cults.
With Howard Stern now making headlines. Trump, a past interview with Howard Stern now making headlines. Trump talking about how he had free reign at his beauty pageants. I'll go backstage before a show. Yes. And everyone's getting dressed and ready. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant and therefore I'm inspecting it. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that. Today, a former Miss Arizona who calls herself a conservative going public in an interview with KCBS describing what she says happened backstage with Trump at a Miss USA pageant.
Our first introduction to him was when we were at the dress rehearsal and half naked changing into our bikinis.
Tasha Dixon detailing her discomfort.
To have the owner come waltzing in when we're naked or half naked in a very physically vulnerable position, and then to have the pressure of the people that work for him telling us to go fawn all over him, go walk up to him, talk to him, get his attention.
She describes feeling helpless.
Who do you complain to? He owns the pageant. So there's no one to complain to. Everyone there works for him.
Now my question is, if I were to vote
Six
for
of the young
Kamala
girls.
Harris,
Six of
would
those
you
young
guys
girls.
accept me as a Democrat if I was to switch from the Trump side?
I don't believe in parties. I'm registered
Okay,
independent.
but let's
I'm
just
not
say
a fucking
voting
Democrat.
as a Kamala. Do you guys change what you guys say against me?
Kamala.
Racist. Look at the chat. They're calling me racist or whatever.
Kamala is her name. Kamala is her name.
Kamala, sorry.
Hey, bro, like,
I thought it was
stop
with
paying
an I.
attention to the chat, bro. There's 2,500 people in here. I don't control the chat.
Let me
I
let you.
agree. I
Let
just
me
wanna
let you
see
in
it.
on a. Let me let you in on a secret. About 90% of the people saying stuff about you are going to forget you exist, like
The next
10
day.
seconds
Yeah, I
after
agree.
you're
I
gone.
agree.
This
I'll
is
probably forget this
on
live
this
chat
side. On this side, this is not like a club or a cult
Text Peter on one line.
where
Kamala. All right, Kamala.
Yeah, this isn't one of those places where you have to worry about like, oh well, I'm going to do a purity test. Hey guys, I'm voting for Kamala now. We don't care. Like, if you're voting, I have a suspicion of why when people come up here and say they're voting for Trump, I have a suspicion about what the root reason is. But like, if you change your mind because you look at the facts, we're not going to give you cookies. It's just a thing that you did. You know
Yeah,
what I
of
mean?
course. I probably was misinformed.
Yeah, dude, I've talked openly about how I was in like the alt-right back in like 2016 ish, around that time, 2017 ish, and like my entire life up to that point, I was a liberal, just like a normal Democrat type person, right? And then I fell into the alt-right. Like, there's a pipeline. It's not an overnight thing. I got out. Like, I'm a leftist now. I'm way past what I'm like a liberal. But the point is, yeah, I was misinformed. It's okay. It's okay to change your mind.
Yeah, thank you very much for informing me. I'll do more research, that's for sure. I'm still
Now, if
undecided.
you want to know what Kamala has done in terms of, like, you know, her achievements, policies, and things of that nature, I got
That's
a whole
one thing I
link
didn't see.
in my link tree.
People keep
You
talking about.
Just go to my link tree. Click the button at the top.
Oh, it was nice talking with you guys.
Yeah, and please just change your username, bro. Like your parents probably
Yeah, I was
gave
trying
you
to, but it takes 30 days, so I'm stuck
your
with
parents
this.
probably gave you a good name because Trump on top don't like it sounds like a sweaty mess, bro. It sounds like a night full of broken dreams.
If Trump's on
Yes,
top,
sir.
does that mean you're below him?
I saw that one in the chat. I guess so. Let's go.
For sure, it's giving power back for sure. I just gotta say something real quick, and then I'm gonna drop. I just because I'm not gonna get too far into this. Hey, fam. You had said something earlier, Jones, that was a really good point, and I think there's other things to talk about. So I think we brushed over it really quick. But I do want to bring up the fact of you were mentioning about how this election's not going to be that exciting. Talking about millennial voters, talking about Gen Z voters. What we're seeing that Trump is doing is something that Democrats made the same mistake that I would argue that Democrats made for a really long time. And we see it especially with the older generation, right? Trump is in his 70s. And the majority of the Democratic Party that's been in power for a while was ran by people of the same age, 60s, 70s, out of touch. So the significance that we're talking about and the significance that we're seeing here is the mistake that the Democrats made for a really long time was not putting in the work to change the base, right? Not putting in the work to change the demographic or the ideas that would be in touch with the younger people that are coming up. They rode upon the coattails of things that they rightfully worked for, you know, equality, LGBTQ rights, et cetera, but they didn't put in any new work. They said, well, this is what our platform is, and so we are going to continue to ride upon that, and we're not going to make any adjustments for the new generation, right? Trump is, in my opinion, because he is of the same age range, he falls victim to that same mentality, right? I'm going to go off of, although, you know, the points are a little bit different, but he's doing essentially the same thing. This is something that worked for me 10 years ago. This is something that these hot topics, these talking points, these Fox News gotchas, this worked for me 10 years ago. And so I'm not going to put in any work to change my base. I'm not going to put in any work to change my stance. I'm going to run off of what worked for me X many years ago. And again, this worked for the Democrats for a little bit. This was the big mistakes that I would argue that Democrats made for a really long time. And so the reason why I agree with what Mr. Jones is saying, that this time it's different, and also there's really not going to be competition, is because the Democrats arguably for the first time has made a movement and said, you know, maybe we realize that we can't continue to run off of something that we've continued to run off of before. These laurels are not going to apply to this newer generation, right? We actually have to put in some work. And so the adjustment has been made to include Gen Z. The adjustment has been made to include younger millennials, maybe even older millennials, and most importantly, people in their 50s and 60s who were on the precipice or on the edge, right? They've put that work in to garner their vote as well. So there's a big enthusiasm now that we haven't seen before, simply because you have a group of people that has decided to change their base. And at risk of repeating myself again, I think Trump's biggest mistake is the same mistake that Democrats made for a long time. Trump is going off of past things that worked for him before, not realizing that we have a whole new generation, and that's going to be his biggest downfall, just like I would argue was the biggest downfall of the Democratic Party for a long time. Side note, I'm an independent, comrades. I don't want to get your thing banned, so hello, comrades. That should tell you exactly where I stand on this, so I don't, as far as I'm concerned, throw the entire thing away. But this is just something that I have noticed from a distance, just being observant. We are seeing something from an older generation, whether it's Democrat or Republican, even in some independents, right? Even in some socialists. This is an age thing. You see these older groups of people that are going off of laurels with no adjustment and no change. And so this will be the difference that we're seeing with Kamala Harris. I don't necessarily agree with all of her standpoints, but I do know that she has started a machine that is going to be self-ran, that is the reason why it's going to work is because it is just simply different than what it was before. You're finding an enthusiasm, you're finding an interest, you're finding a difference of discussions, and a joy, right? Myself, I've been so disenfranchised with politics for a long time, but even I myself find myself tuning back into the news, tuning back into these political talks, just because I'm interested to see what's going on, because it's different. across the board for the Democrats. And again, that's Trump's biggest mistake. The Republican Party is choosing to stay on something that has worked before but isn't going to work now. That's it. That's all. I'm going to go back to my Xbox. Love you, brother.
Love you back.
Hey, thanks for that.
Damn.
Can we go back though? Can we go back though?
Mooney be cooking,
She got
boy.
a follow out of that one. I feel bad I wasn't following her sooner. Damn.
Hey, Mr. Jones, can we go back?
To what?
The trans topic.
For what?
Because you just didn't make any sense. I wasn't getting it.
I think
I'm sorry.
he's trying to be transphobic.
No, it's not being transphobic.
Oh, my bad.
I'm
Go
curious.
ahead.
Curious about what?
On like your opinion on like how like I just don't fully understand what your point was earlier.
When you
You
say
weren't listening then.
when you say go back, did you just get to the live or were you here when we were talking before?
I was in and out of it. A lot of it cut out.
Did you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was really clear.
Did you
There's
know
not two genders. There's not two sexes.
How's there not two genders?
Okay. How do we determine gender?
How you're born? Penis, vagina, easy.
Okay, so what if somebody is born with a vagina and then later grows a penis during puberty?
That shit never happened ever.
Yes, it does.
What
So it's a whole entire population of people that it happens to.
Like who?
The Guavadoches.
The fuck are the Guavadoches, nigga?
From the DR.
Dominican Republic?
Yeah.
Nice. What else? Who else?
So it does happen.
Yeah.
So it literally happens.
You got proof?
So that
You got
literally
proof?
negates.
You got proof?
Yes.
Show me.
Just look up Guavadoches. I just told you.
I'm gonna look that shit up, nigga. Put that shit, pin that shit.
What the he's asking for proof and then he said he's not gonna look it up. Y'all,
Like, I don't know. Fuck you think you are, buddy.
this is why
Like, I don't know what y'all think this is.
This is why I made this background. Like, it's consistently weird. Y'all. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, I literally just gave you the information. So. Mooney Boggles is Mooney's at. Mooney Boggles. Oh, man. Y'all are something else. Where are we at?
Roast for no reason.
I know. Like, that was a waste of time.
Also,
Oh, shoot, Brett, I didn't mean to do that.
if he's still here, Guavadoches means penis at 12. Basically, they
Yeah. Y'all want to see something funny? Watch. He's just going to come up here and yell and then leave. Watch. Go ahead, conservative patriot. Just say all the mean things so you can drop again.
I'm talking about your backdrop there. It says, what will the cult do when their leader is gone? Well, we already know. They just replace him with Kamala Harris.
Got him.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, man.
I told you that's what he does every time. He just comes up, yells something dumb, and then leaves.
Damn.
It's such a waste of time. Ripley, what's up?
How you guys doing?
Hanging out, buddy.
Can you explain? I'm not sure what exactly. What will the cult do when their leader is gone? What cult and who exactly?
You know, what's the definition of a cult?
No, I meant like because there's 4 people in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, are those people that are running?
Yeah.
Okay. A misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person. That's what a cult means.
Yeah, I know what a cult is.
Okay.
But are you talking about all 4 of them?
Nah.
Just Trump and what's his name? Vance?
Yeah, I don't think Vance has a cult following. I don't even think people like Vance, to be honest with you.
Nah, I don't think they do either. Honestly, I don't even know who.
B-Dog, thank you so much.
I'm not sure who Kamala picked for VP. Who that is?
Tim Walz?
Tim Walz is based as fuck, man.
Yeah, bro.
So why would she pick him?
Because it's balls to the walls, buddy.
Yeah, from the window to the walls, because he's literally like America's dad. I mean, bro was in the military. He's a football coach.
Oh,
he was a
that's
teacher.
right. I forgot
He's a
about
teacher.
that.
Yeah, he's a nice dude. That's why.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Do you think that Kamala would do a good job?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if we look at her record from California, her record as senator, when she went after the big banks for predatory lending after the housing crisis, fuck yeah, I think she would.
Yeah.
When she, instead of sending people to prison, she set up alternative methods, the Back on Track program, so that they could get jobs, fix their credit, get a GED or an associate's degree, and get stable housing so they didn't have to go to jail. Yeah, like those are the solutions we need. We need somebody who's solution driven.
Right.